What is up, TapX Nation? My name is Matt4L. You can call me Matt or now TapX Matt, whatever floats your boat. And I'm going to be your commentator for today's amazing gameplay. So go ahead and sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. So as far as the gameplay goes, this is by TapX Twist. He's one of the newest members to TapX, as am myself. And he's bringing you a 284 kill spawn trapping on Nuketown, rocking the TapX Recruitment Challenge clan tag. And he gets a 284 kills plus a HEXA nuclear. That's 6 nuclears. That's absolutely mind-blowing. If you're a commentator like myself or not as good as the game as some of these spawn trappers and pub stompers are in TapX, that number is absolutely mind-blowing, and it's hard to even comprehend getting that many kills in the time frame that he did in this game. So if you're as blown away as I am at this gameplay, go ahead and check out Twist. His links will be down below. He posts a lot of really cool content on his channel. He's just getting into YouTube, but he has a 105 gun streak on his channel, and you should go definitely check it out and leave a like. Tell him Matt sent you. And at any point during this commentary, if you enjoy my beautiful and seductive voice, my link will be down below. Really appreciate you coming checking my content out, as well as Twists. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and click like. Spawntrap it, as Scat always says. Really means a lot, and the support just means, you know, just a ton to everyone over here at TapX. And usually when a commentator gets their first upload, they spend the whole time during the first upload trying to convince everyone to come check out their channel, subscribe, waste your time, waste my time. I don't want to do that. Plus, I don't think you really want to learn the autobiography of Matt4L. Really not that interesting. I post Call of Duty content and upload it to YouTube. Not that special. So, let's go and hop into a commentary topic for today. And I know I've already said it, but this gameplay is absolutely amazing. He's totally destroying them with his LSAT, MK48, every gun he picks up, even C4. This guy is an absolute beast, and me watching this while I record, I'm in disbelief. It's shocking how good this guy is. So, like I've already said multiple times, please check out Twist. Even if you don't check out me, check out Twist. So, for my first upload, it took me a while to think of kind of a topic to go with. I wanted to entertain you guys, while also kind of communicate who I am as a person, as a commentator, and it really took me a while to kind of think of it. So I decided I was going to go over my top 5 Teletubby episodes. No one? Okay. I really wasn't. Hey Mom, what should I talk about in my TapX video? Okay. Thanks, Mom. Okay, so I'm actually going to talk about my first time getting pulled over by the police. Now, I've talked about my first time getting arrested, my first time running with the laws, but not my first time actually getting pulled over. And I have to say, this is probably one of the more traumatizing experiences, and you'll completely understand after I tell you the story. And I kind of feel bad. I've talked about the cops and my run-in with the law way too much. I'm really not that bad of a person, guys. Okay? Trust me. So, let's hop into the commentary. So, picture this, right? Beautiful Texas summer. It's like the first week out of summer, out of school. And I'm just driving along in my brand new Subaru. Well, brand new to me. It's like a 2005 Subaru Outback. By the way, I love the car. If you have the opportunity, get one. Hashtag product placement. Hashtag YouTube money. Hashtag sellout. Anyways, driving down the highway in my beautiful brand new Subaru, trademarked, Outback. Just kidding, guys. And all of a sudden, I get flashed by a cop behind me. And I'm freaking out because this is the first time I ever got pulled over, right? You know, I checked my speed limit. I was going like 2-3 over. Really not that big of a deal. My license and registration, all that stuff was good. So I really couldn't figure out what he's pulling me over for. I really hoped he wasn't pulling me over for speeding 3 miles over the limit, because if that's the case, I majorly got screwed over there. Okay, so I pull over, right? I'm on the side of the highway going through my city. And, I'm freaking out here, right? Because it's the first time I get arrested. I'm like, oh God, am I going to go to jail? Am I going to get my license suspended? Worst case scenario, that's what's going through my head. Anyways, the state trooper, in Texas, we have what's called state troopers. I'm not sure if those are everywhere. But, even then, this big guy with this big, like, almost cowboy hat, Texas Ranger boots, was walking up to me. And he has his hand on his gun, and I'm freaking out here, right? I think I'm getting pulled over for 3 miles over the speed limit. Anyway, I have my license and registration. My hands are like down. He yells at me, put your hands where I can see him, and I should have known that, but I was already freaking out, right? Anyways, I do it. I put him on my steering wheel. He asks me to put my hands outside of my window and to step out of my car. And, you know, I'm like, oh, God. Anyways, I do what he tells me to. I hand him my stuff. I'm trying to be respectful as possible, while still trying not to freak out on the side of the highway where everyone is looking at this big-ass dude putting this kid in handcuffs. So he asked me if he has permission to search my car, and I'm freaking out here. You know, I could have said no, but I said, you know, go for it, because I really had nothing to hide. This was before I got jaded to some maybe less legal things some police officers do in searches, but I told him go for it. Anyways, he rips out my car, you know, he goes through all my stuff, goes through my bag. You know, I told him to be careful because I have like my MacBook in my bag, and you know, I really didn't want to have to get that fixed because let's be real, that is so expensive. Anyways, he goes through my car, you know, looks through everything, is pulling stuff out, looking through my bags, and you know, I had a gym bag from football practice, I had my backpack, I had like my lunch bag, so I got a lot of stuff this guy had to go through. Anyways, after this dude takes his sweet ass time, he comes up to me and says that he's sorry. He takes me out of handcuffs, and I ask him, you know, hey man, what's going on? You know, what was the reason for all that? You know, he had me buy his car. Thankfully, he didn't put me inside of his cruiser. But, you know, he told me, we got reports of a known human trafficker or pedophile, I forget what it was, and you know, fleeing the scene of a crime in a car that matches your car's description. And I'm just like, no, man, that's not me. Plus, I'm 17, so, you know, it's not, even if I was, no, like, that's not, check my ID. And, you know, long story short, he lets me go. You know, he's very nice. He helps me put everything back in my car. You know, he shook my hand. And you know, and thankfully it all ended well. But the whole situation was just super traumatic for me, and I couldn't figure out what was going on during it. And after, I just sat in my car for a good 10 minutes and just shook because I was so freaked out. Because, you know, there was a point during that interaction where I thought I was going to jail, that I thought he was going to put me in his car. I was going to have my parents come get me out of jail. You know, I thought they were going to take away my license. You know, words, Matt, you're a commentator. You should be able to do words. Oh, anyways, you know, I thought I was going to get screwed over, and I just had no idea what was going on in that whole situation. But, you know, at the end of the day, the whole thing kind of worked out for the better. I learned that not all cops are awful. The guy was really nice to me after. And, you know, I guess it was an okay experience. As scary as it was, I kind of know a little bit more about what may happen. I know never to put my hands in my pockets when a cop is walking up to me with his hand on his gun. I know to probably say no to searches in the future. You know, thankfully didn't break anything, but I have friends in similar situations where they break stuff, and legally the cops aren't responsible for that because of some law. God bless America. No, I'm kidding. But, you know, that's really all I have for the story. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you found my commentaries entertaining. You know, like I said earlier, if you like what you heard, come check me out. If you liked this insane gameplay, go check out Twist. Both of our links will be down below. Okay, and go ahead, guys, if you can, do me a huge solid. Go ahead and put a would you rather question in the comment section down below, because for my second commentary, I'll come back to this video, read your questions, and we'll go over them as a family together. And I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I'm going to go ahead and play some music for the rest of the gameplay, so feast your eyes on some spawn trapping, feast your ears on some amazing music, and as always, guys, my name is Matt B4L. I'll catch you cool kids on the flip side, and you have a good day now.